5 camping hacks I use all the time, and once you know these, you're going to be wondering why you weren't doing it before. 99% of people would not know all of these 5. And I'll sprinkle a few extra ones in while we're on our way. Yes, these are my 5 top hacks. It's just about camping. And you'll be wondering why you weren't doing these before. And along the way, I'm going to sprinkle in a few little code words, 3 in total. You spot those, put it in the comments below with your own hack, and you're going to a chance to win 1 of 3 armrests. It's the jolly season, it's the festive season, and I'm feeling pretty jolly. The first one, which is going to be the most ridiculous one you will ever hear, but it is so good. Talcum powder. This stuff is the bomb. How is this going to make your camping experience better? Camping on the beach, camping in the desert, sandy feet, sandy wet feet, sand inside your tent, but even worse, sand inside your sleeping bag or your bed. It is the worst thing ever. That's my pet hate anyway. It turns out, a neat trick here, I got wet feet with sand, talcum powder, just a little bit, gets all the sand off. Talcum powder is the best thing, nothing can beat it. Wet sand or dry sand, fine sand, coarse sand, you name it, doesn't matter what type of sand it is, you put this on, just do this, the sand comes off. I'm worried about the boys seeing now because they're going to want all my talcum powder. It smells quite nice too. It doesn't take much. It's great for kids. Just make sure if kids are using it, they don't use the whole bottle. The next one is just a bonus. A lot of people would likely be doing this, but if you're not, if you're camping in a very hot environment, let's say it's humid, it's stinking hot, you're in WA, you're in northern part of Australia, or you're in some other unforgiving hot place in the world. Good trick we figured out was using a spray bottle. And in here, I was rolling this fan. I was a bit concerned because of the noise. It kept me quite comfortable now. I'm sleeping on top of a sleeping bag. That's what you get for being up here in the lead up to wet season. A spray bottle with water and a 12-volt fan goes a long way to make your sleep so much more comfortable.
Oh, it's so good. Can't see through my sunnies though.
It works a treat because all you really need to do is just fall asleep. Once you're sleeping, your core temperature drops and you generally get a pretty damn good sleep. Works for me, works for other people that I've been camping with as well. One thing though, I was a bit concerned because of the noise. If your fan's a bit noisy, earplugs, and you're gonna have the best sleep, guaranteed, when you're camping in a hot environment. Everyone loves eggs. They're filling, they're full of good protein. They go with almost every single thing at camp, and they're also used in many different meals, right? If you want to make your own bread, pancakes, anything like that, you generally need eggs, or eggs are a common ingredient. The problem is though, with eggs, they tend to crack on transport. 9 are okay, lost 3 there. We lost a whole carton over here. We've had so many eggs crack on trips. They also take up heaps of space. Think about an egg carton. Man. Well, how much of that egg carton is actually the egg? It's a huge container. So the best way to store them...
You're probably wondering what I'm doing. I don't really want a carton of eggs smashing through the whole vehicle. So this is a great way of storing eggs. This is a 1.25 litre bottle, and I'm going to be able to fit almost 30 eggs in there. Already lost 1. Some might say this is an excellent idea.
Food grade funnel, preferably. A 1.5 litre water bottle, and guess what? I've got instant scrambled eggs. So much easier to carry. Don't have to worry about your eggs cracking either. And when you get to camp, pour it straight out. It's an excellent hack. The bonus hack. I know you can buy shake and bake pancakes already in a little bottle, shake and bake, but if you're like me and you have a nice pancake recipe, now I have one of those somewhere on my channel. You can also do the same with a pancake mix, waffle mix, other things that I haven't even thought of. You can pre-make the pancake mix at home, again in a 1.5 litre water bottle, and every single time we go camping with a big group of people and there are a lot of kids around, Everyone always asks me to bring the
Premix pancakes, family favourite recipe. A lot goes into this, and I don't want to be ringing all the ingredients and mixing it up. Saves me from bringing mixing bowls and all that stuff. Got kids here, much easier doing this.
grab out a bottle, pour it on. We're done.
Beats the hell out of these pre-shake and bake ones, doesn't it?
That's for sure. Can't compare them.
The third hack, not counting the bonus ones of course, it's still food related, but it also includes your fridge. But regardless if it's a fridge or an icebox, this principle will work for both those situations. Real estate in a fridge, tight for space. You really have to pack it neatly if you've got a lot of stuff you're going to bring. Often you sacrifice the drinks for the food so you can fit more food in there. The common problem with food is meat. Meat comes in these massive packets at the supermarket. So what do? Nah, I'm not telling you to go vegan. Hell no. Protein. We gotta have our meat. The first option, go to your butcher. And get it cryovac. Not only will it take up less space, it will also last longer. If you are going on a 2-week trip or a 3-week trip, if it's just a 1-week trip, chicken's gonna last a lot longer. Chicken's usually the first thing that goes out of date. At supermarkets, it's best to dig towards the back and find those dates. That's just a little extra tip there. If all you have available is the supermarket, there are no local butchers around, here's your second alternative. All the meat that you buy, put it in Snap-Lock bags.
You get the picture, and you can stack it in your fridge a bit easier, I find. Especially stuff like bacon and steaks, they're really good to shove around the edges in your fridge because that is the coldest spot.
Throw all those plastic containers into your recycling bin. You have double the space or capacity in your fridge. It's not full of these useless plastic packets that are just going to get in your way when you're camping. It just makes a lot more sense. The more mass you have in your fridge, providing it's already cooled down, the better it's going to run. A fridge that's full is far more efficient than a fridge that's empty. I consider that a full fridge. Same fridge, same trip, same situation, that fridge is half full. Once you've emptied the meat out and you've cooked it, you generally have bits of gooey shit inside the bag still. You put that in your bin bag, it's gonna stink. And that alone will attract insects, especially when it's really hot. Once you have emptied your blood-drenched packets of, say, your steak, stick that contents into a Snap-Lock bag, all of your blood-drenched plastics, close it, squeeze all the air out, close the last bit, stick it in your fridge, and you won't have a smelly rubbish bag. Because it stays cool, it's not gonna stink everything out. And then when you hit the highway or you're past the local dump or a bin, that's when you take it out of your fridge, chuck it in the bin, or even take it home with you. You won't even notice it's in the fridge because the meat came out of the fridge. All you're doing is you're putting the empty bag back in and you're stopping it from stinking out camp. Red light, green light. If you have been following the channel a lot, you probably know where this one's gonna go. Red light. When it comes to mosquitoes and any insect at camp, the wavelength of red light attracts far less bugs. Red light barely brings any bugs in. It doesn't matter if the light is white or amber, you're still going to get a lot of bugs. Now people claim there's less bugs with amber, but it's not true. You're going to get just as many bugs. It's just usually the amber light isn't as bright as the white light. It's not the color, it's the dimness that kind of attracts less bugs when it's orange or amber. But when it comes to actual color of light, red light attracts far less bugs. In fact, you could run a red light and there'll be no bugs around sometimes. Not only that, it also retains your night vision. At night, if you're camping around a fire, if someone's got like a big white light blasting across the camp, it kills the mood, man. Red light is the best light. Those stars above your head when you're out in the bush and you've got that billion-dollar view, you want to see it. You want to be able to experience it. And you can see much better at camp as well because your eyes are now allowed to adjust to the natural light that's around. Well, and also the unnatural red light that you've actually turned on allows you to retain your vision. And I don't camp without red light. Now going the complete opposite end of the scale of the light spectrum, And this is the color light that attracts so many bugs. There's actually this specific frequency. There's this really well marketed thing called, well, I'm not gonna say the brand name because I have a bit of a complaint about it, but it bloody works. It's so well marketed. I somehow ended up buying 6 of them. I only meant to buy 3 of them, but I think I stuffed up because their checkout is so confusing. It was actually a really shopping experience. And when I got them, this looks like it's from Temu. Man, I got gypped. I put 2 outside, left them there overnight. The next morning, they were absolutely covered in bugs. Tried some of these before, and look, most of them do work, but not as well as these ones. I was so surprised. Even though they look like cheap, it's just so good. But where I'm going with this, with a mozzie attracting light like that blue light, a mozzie zapper, the idea is not to have it in your camp. The hack is to use it as a decoy light away from camp. That's the trick. And I see so many people, they have these lights, but they put them right near camp. It's not going to help you. I mean, you are going to kill some mozzies and other insects, but you're also attracting a heck of a lot more towards your camp. Put it away from camp. Not too far away, obviously, but away far enough so everything that's around camp goes towards that light. And guess what? You got far less mozzies at camp because now you got red light inside camp and you got that ultraviolet spectrum light away from camp. Well, I hope you find all of these little hacks really useful, and I'm really keen to see what you guys might have put down below. Hopefully you picked up on those code words along the way. And if you didn't, you might have to go back and find them. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your holidays, and I'll see you in the next year.